Sana, you want to tell us a little bit about your story?
Sure. Alrighty. Thank you, everyone. So again, my name is Hannah Bellamine from CENIC, and what I'd like to do here is take this opportunity to give an overview about the core network infrastructure used by the PRP. And so I'd like to also thank Tom Hutton for reviewing some of the slides with me. So I don't have too many slides, but I'd like to go into some level of details. So on the right-hand side here is the CENIC high performance research backbone. So this is where all the California-based PRP institutions connect. The core locations of the CENIC high performance HPR backbones are Los Angeles, Sunnyvale, Emeryville, Sacramento, Riverside, and of course, SDSC. For example, Caltech connects to LA, Stanford connects to Sunnyvale, UC Merced to Sacramento, UC Riverside to our Riverside hub site. So this core high performance research backbone runs over the CENIC optical backbone. Between each pair of locations, we have a 100 gig circuit provision. And again, it's provisioned over the CENIC optical backbone because we have other cases where it's not over the CENIC backbone. So this whole infrastructure is over the CENIC optical network. And on the left-hand side here is the Pacific Wave International Exchange. So these are the main locations, the core locations of the Pacific Wave International Exchange. Between Los Angeles and Sunnyvale, we actually have 300 gig of capacity. We've already enabled a flexible grid, and this is over the CENIC line system. Between Sunnyvale and Seattle, we have 300 gig of capacity, and this is running over the Ethernet 2 line system. We have connectivity to Hawaii and Guam via LA. We have our point of presence in Tokyo via our collaboration with Transpac. On the right-hand side here are the US-based locations, El Paso, Albuquerque, Denver, Chicago, and then back to Seattle. All these locations are 100 gig locations, and except for Los Angeles to El Paso, all these links, 100 gig links, are over the Ethernet 2's line system. So between the CENIC HPR backbone and the Pacific Wave International Exchange here, we have a number of 100 gig links for traffic between the two networks. At the top here are partner backbones that actually allow us facilitate PRP going beyond these two networks. So Ethernet 2, Canary, Starlight, ESNet, and in the future, Pacific Wave will be connecting to Fabric in Seattle. We have plans to upgrade the Los Angeles to Sunnyvale path to 400 gig over the CENIC line system by the end of the year. So that was a high level topology of the PRP infrastructure. The next slide I have here is very similar to the previous slide, but I'd like to illustrate specific flows and the actual path taken by those flows over the infrastructure. For example, within the Nautilus scope of work, we're seeing flows between PRP institutions in California and Clemson University. So the actual path taken by the flows are from the Clemson University over Ethernet 2, and then over 100 gig that we have CENIC HPR, high performance research, have with Ethernet 2 here. And from there, the flow is delivered to the PRP institution in California. So again, from here through Ethernet 2, 300 gig to here. Another flow we're seeing is another set of flows between PRP institutions in California and University of Tokyo. The actual path taken by those flows is, again, CENIC HPR, the interconnect between CENIC HPR, the Pacific Wave Exchange, and then to the Pacific Wave node in Los Angeles, and then from there, 100 gig via SINA to the University of Tokyo. Another type of flow I'd like to go over is an international flow. So CERN connects to ESNet, also Starlight, Canary, Internet 2. We're seeing flows between CERN and Pacific Wave and PRP in California. So the actual path we're seeing is CERN via ESNet's connection to Pacific Wave, and then from there, Pacific Wave through the interconnect and back to the PRP institutions in California. So this is kind of like high level, some of the flows and how they go through the different networks supporting the PRPs. My last slide is really just like for reference. This is a more detailed overview of the reach via Pacific Wave. So these again are the core nodes in Los Angeles, Sunnyvale, Seattle, and the entities that connect to the different Pacific Wave nodes. Again, the same points of presence, national points of presence, and how they connect to internationally. So thank you, and I think that's what I had for today. Thank you.
Thank you. That's thank you for kind of breaking that out, both in terms of the typology, traffic, and then the the view from above, from far above. So we've seen the tools, we've seen the traffic and typology.